No, and I didn't think they would be. I think they're not a typical expansion team. They obviously drafted a really special player in Stotts, and they did a good job in free agency and with their expansion draft. And they're a good team. And but I thought, considering there's a bit of a distraction there at the start of the game with the ceremony and that, but I thought we were pretty focused. First half, too many penalties, and they were 4 for 4, I think. Cleaned that up. Our offense, I thought, was great for 60 minutes. We never stopped playing. We had a ton of really, really good looks, like on almost every possession. So that's night and day from last week. I mean, last week was a game where really our offense let us down, and we should have won that game if we get 12 or 13. But this week, we played really, really hard and got a lot of good looks, and they worked well together. And Benny had a big night. Schatz had a big night, and it's going to be a different guy every week. And they don't really care who gets them, and they all work together really well. I thought Connor Robinson looked good tonight. That's without Robert too, eh? So that's a good effort by our offense.
How much does that, I guess, professional athletes or creatures of habit, how much does that pomp and ceremony at the start of the game kind of affect how players react?
Well, I think our leadership kind of takes over in those circumstances. We talked about it pregame. Our leadership group addressed it, and I thought really to start we were pretty good. And like I said, if not for some penalties, it might have been a different first half. But we made some big plays too on last-minute offense at the end of the first and second quarter, where we scored on both plays. So that's big. But we were pretty focused. We were focused. I didn't love our first half defensively. Second half, way better. Way better.
12 goals allowed in both games so far. Not a seamless transition for these new players joining this defense.
Yeah.
Overall, pretty good.
Yeah, way better this week. More consistent. Like I said, if not for penalties, it would have been probably a little bit of a different game. Some nights, like last week, actually, we had probably the same amount of penalties, but our penalty kill was better. And some nights it's just a matter of saves. And we gave them some good looks, though, I thought. So certainly when we play them again, we'll maybe do some different things on our penalty kill. But all in all, really happy with the effort. Glad to get a win under our belt. Now we move on in Vancouver next week.
Big difference being able to draw on the energy from the home crowd. Pretty raucous crowd of 13-2.
Yeah, it was unreal. Like, they're always great. Like, they're the seventh man out there always for us, and they're always incredible. So our guys love playing here, and we like to reward them obviously too. And I thought the whole ceremony was really good, and we rewarded with a win.
Have you learned anything about your team 2 games in? Is it too early to learn anything new about your team? Anything that might surprise you or that you weren't aware of?
Well, I mean, I really like a couple where I really like Jordy Jones-Smith on the back end. He's been good, and I kind of figured he would be. We've still got some things to learn back there defensively, but I knew that was going to happen. When you take Ryan Dilks, Jeff Cornwall, Adrian Sarketti out of the equation, those are big losses. I mean, they're not bottom of the roster guys. They're high-end guys. So you just don't turn around and replace them. So it takes time, and they work together as units, and communication is a factor that sometimes we haven't been great at so far, but it'll get better.
A lot of players call it a family in there. Is it difficult for you, even though you're professionals, to lose Tyler Carlson? You have to leave some of these players unprotected to play against them like this.
Yeah, I mean, when you have success like we've had, with a guy like Carlson, a guy like Sarketti, and Tor Reinholt and Johnny Pearson, I thought played really well for them tonight. You'd love to keep them forever, but the reality is expansion's good for the game. They're getting opportunities elsewhere, which is great. But yeah, I mean, it's tough, but at the same time, it's good to see them as well. Carlson's a guy that it was a really, really hard decision for us, but we went with a younger guy that we kind of earned his way here. Went on the practice roster last year for us, even though he could have been a number 2 guy elsewhere, and that's a big commitment. Just like Carlson was committed here for all those years. So, but you reward a guy like Schutt, and but Carlson just one of the best team guys of all time, and that's probably why they brought him in. Like they know his MO, and they obviously got a really good number 1, but he's a great team guy, and he'll help them.